Hey, it's AP Experiment. Welcome back to Rainbow Six Extraction. I decided to once again solo queue Maelstrom Protocol. I had kind of been avoiding doing so just because I have been having bad luck with my randoms. But today I got, in my opinion, the best solo or the best silent coordinated randoms I've ever had. We did not talk to each other. We used the pings a bit, but we seemed to play very well together. We seemed to be we played very close. We almost took no damage up until basically the 7th or 8th objective, and we basically kind of just flew through it. Like, it was so smooth. It was so efficient. Like, I haven't been able to really have a run like this with anyone else. Obviously I haven't been able to catch people on the Discord just because by the time I get in there, people have already either grouped up or I'm in the middle of something, and people are kind of impatient. So I get it. When people were trying to get their groups together quickly, there's only 3 people allowed on a team, so I do understand. But it was really smooth. The way we were moving, you would kind of expect us to have been talking, just because we really do seem coordinated. We kind of made sure to always cover each other. We were watching each other's backs for the most part. It was so smooth. Like, it was crazy. It was like we were perfectly in sync, because we just moved all together. We watched each other's backs. We took different positions at points. Like, even here at the sabotage, we're literally, there's one on one side, one guy in the middle, and then I'm covering the other side just in case anything jumps over. Like, we didn't even plan this out. Nobody pinged anything to tell someone to go somewhere. We literally just made these decisions on our own, and they just worked out together for the team. Like, it's crazy. I made sure to use them both friend requests, so I do hope that when I do load back up that they accepted them. I didn't see if they did or they didn't. But hopefully I made a good enough first impression that they actually accept my friend request. I'm not gonna lie, it was so fun playing with them. Like, it really allowed me to show how much I've progressed. It really also helped me see how much I need to progress as far as my personal, growth and skill wise, because they definitely were much smoother. They were much smoother with how they were playing than I was. I still have a weird, trickiness to how I'm playing when I'm playing with others, just because I've played far too many solo queues. So adjusting to other people's pace and how they're playing really throws me off sometimes, and really just makes my skill not really shine through like it should, just because I have I don't want to call it an awkwardness, but that's really what it comes down to. Like, it just seems, my gameplay begins to seem awkward, just because I'm trying to not get into my own head and move at my pace, but trying to be aware of where my teammates are and what needs to be done. I made sure to go with Pulse here just because I felt like Pulse would be very helpful, since there was a lot of nest-based objectives. So I felt like Pulse would be very useful, and it actually turned out really great. Me as Pulse and the target as Doc was actually very efficient. We split almost every resource down the middle. We were sharing like crazy, which is actually something that, again, I have not used to. I've ran into either people who are, not pinging the resources, not going to look for resources, or just taking resources for themselves. So it was actually very interesting to see someone who genuinely wanted everyone to have ammo, everyone to have react tech, everyone to have health, making sure everyone had health. Like, it was very good. It had me feel like I had been playing the game wrong for all these months, just because I finally ran into teammates who were playing it right with me. Like, it was very good teamwork, very solid teamwork. This is kind of where things kind of got tricky, at least for me anyway. I just kind of, again, I got into my own head. Cloaked Archeans, seeing is believing, and I again, Cloaked Archeans, I kind of started botching it. I did get this takedown here for the second Tormentor, and then after that, I just really started taking far too much damage. Like, as you can see, neither one of them really took damage, but me, I was already taking way too much damage. I ended up breaking off from them, which was problematic. And even with them not taking too much damage, I literally got myself cooked. So, you know, no one else to blame but me for literally breaking off from the group and breaking the synchronization. Again, I'm still getting used to playing with other people, just because solo queuing is very weird. Some people play a lot faster, some people play a lot slower. So trying to adjust to other people's pace is sometimes very, very problematic for me. But I'm actually happy because I didn't expect them to care enough to legitimately like pick up my body and go do the No Man Left Behind. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected them to do the Allen Iverson walkover, not really care at all, just continue on, but they actually did go get me. They did the No Man Left Behind. They put me inside the pod. They played really, really well too, really smooth. They were really on their P's and Q's. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if they were talking to each other and just weren't talking to me, because they really did seem to be moving in almost perfect sync. Like in a way similar to basically like a kung fu flick when the two main characters are like back to back fighting. That's really what they seem to be moving like super smooth together in almost like perfect synchronization. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were talking to each other, but what makes me think that they weren't was that one of them was actually using the in-game like text chat. So I assumed that they weren't talking to each other. But man, they were so smooth. Like, I swear, it really showed me where I need to improve personally with my own personal skill. I really might have to go back through my settings, adjust my aim sensitivity and things of that nature. I also need to get better, you know, basically knowing how to pick my fights more properly. Because again, they were kind of approaching things in a lot more of a slower, more tactical way than I normally assess my issues. I kind of assess it by how long I think it's going to take to kill, you know, the strongest enemy in a group, rather than how long it's going to take to, you know, get all of, or how tactical I can be to clear out everything out and kind of get everything, get every enemy killed. I kind of like hard focus, especially in a situation like this where there's an apex in front of me. I like hard focus the apex rather than trying to focus on the things around it. And that's usually what gets me murked and, you know, gets me off. So I don't get it. So I get it. Like there really is that, I'm not going to call it a skill gap, but that like knowledge gap and like affirmative gap of people just pacing themselves better than others, whereas my pacing is a little shiesty, a little crazy, because I try to move faster than, you know, sometimes my skill actually shows. These guys are actually moving very, very well paced, well balanced, well thought out. But them having taken so much damage in the eighth objective, they end up having to really just get out of there. One of them went KO right here, and the other one's running for his life, trying to get to the extraction pad. He realizes he's on the extraction pad, so he doesn't have to really pick him up. So he does the smart thing, hits the extraction button, which pretty much clears out the area. And that was the end of that run. Again, I sent them both friend requests, so I hope that they accepted it. I got plat, I believe. Derp got plat, and then Target was the only one of us who actually got diamond, just because he was clearing things out, being very efficient, being very helpful to the team. But yeah, it's been AP Experiment. Catch you in the next one.